Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We did an Italian wine episode last time, and I hope you enjoyed that very much. We're going to stick with Italy. I just want to kind of jump around Italy because it's fun, and I love Italian wines, and I think Italian wines make great food wines, so why not? Let's get started. This is the Poggio Anima Samael Montepulciano di Abruzzo 2015 Roman numerals. This rolls in at $14. I reviewed some of these wines a few episodes ago. I'm not sure if I did the Montepulciano di Abruzzo. Not to be confused with Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. I learned that a long time ago when we went into Italy. One of my learning stages as a wine guy, we were tasting these wines from called Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, from the town of Montepulciano in the Tuscan region of Italy. And I said, why are they so expensive? I can get Montepulciano at my store. I have some for $8. And that's when totally different region. This is from Abruzzo, and the grape is Montepulciano, whereas Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is Sangiovese. It's a certain genetic strain of Sangiovese that works good in that region in Tuscany. Montepulciano is a cool town, by the way. But this is in Abruzzo, which is just north of Rome, kind of a little bit in the center of Italy. Gets some Mediterranean influence, of course. And tends to be, whereas Vino Nobile di Montepulciano is a very structured, heavy wine. I think, not heavy, very structured wine with a good acidity, very ageable. Montepulciano di Abruzzo, the grape Montepulciano, tends to be a little softer, more approachable. A lot of people like them, and you can get them at a very good price. So this is interesting. These Poggio Anima decided to use angels and demons on their label. I had to look it up. Samael is the guardian angel or the angel of death. And interesting that they use those type of symbols on their label. But I mentioned it to a few people. Nobody cares. There you go. So that's cool. Yeah. Good job. Guardian angel, supposedly God sent Samael to get Moses' soul. All that sort of thing. Anyway, interesting that they go that route. Let's see what we get on the nose. Boy, I felt like I just walked into a wood shop. A wood shop where they're roasting, they were barbecuing steaks. Kind of weird. There's a meaty component on them. I get a little umami, a little bit of wasabi, a little bit of soy sauce. I'm getting a little bit of that wood shop thing, sort of pencil shavings sans the lead. A little bit of earth coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. I get a lot of blackberry, good kind of grittiness on the tannins, good acidity too, kind of edgy tannins. I get a lot of blackberry, a little bit of plum coming through, a little bit of cherry. So blackberry, cherries, and plums, fairly medium to light bodied. Those wood notes come through right on the backside. It's like the tannins kind of turn woody. Interesting wine. This is not. This is sort of a serious wine. A very good food wine. I can see having this with lasagna or spaghetti or, well, it'd be great with pizza or hamburgers, anything like that. having trouble putting my finger on how I feel about a $14 Montepulciano di Abruzzo that has this flavor profile. Has a nice little interesting lift right on the excuse me, on the mid palate. Sort of lightens up, you know, it's brighter, and you know, it's got edgy tannins, very lightweight on the palate, but it has some good complexity to it as well. And I kind of like that fruit combination of you know, plums, blackberries, and cherries, all kind of combined nicely. A little bit of lightness, you know, it lights up on the mid palate, goes into kind of an edgy tannins. Terrific food wine. I'm going to go C plus B minus on that. It's 14 bucks. Not hugely complex, but good. I'm definitely going to go good on that. I would definitely have it with hamburgers. Definitely have it with pizza. Just a really nice, drinkable red wine. Kind of like how we started out in the last episode with the Sangiovese from Anima. All right. Now we're going to a different part of Italy. We started out kind of central Italy. Now we're jumping up to the north, back to the region of Piedmont. This is the Pecchenino. I hope I'm saying that right. Pecchenino, San Luigi, Dogliani, Dolcetto. That rolls in at $17. Dogliani is the DOCG, where they grow the Dolcetto, and this is where they get more serious about Dolcetto. They grow Dolcetto all over up in northern Italy, but when it says Dogliani on it, or is it Dogliani? See, I didn't go to Forvo on this one. I didn't even think about it. Could be Dogliani or Dogliani. I'm going to say Dogliani. I feel safe with that pronunciation. Sorry, guys, I didn't look it up on Forvo. Sometimes, you know, I have trouble with some of this. I'll be the first to admit it. You know, I hope you can sympathize. $17. There you go. I kind of am very curious. I had a Dolcetto in my section, then it disappeared. I couldn't figure out who I got it from, so I asked to try a different Dolcetto. So here we go. We're going to try it. 17 bucks. Dolcetto means a little sweet one. It's kind of an interesting name for it because it's really not a sweet grape. It's considered the third grape of Piedmont. You have Nebbiolo, Barbera, and then Dolcetto. And Dolcetto is interesting. Very tannic wine. Very similar to Nebbiolo. The problem is it doesn't have enough fruit to go to that tannin. So if you bleed all that tannin out in the fermentation process, the wine will break down quickly. So what they do is a very gentle fermentation so that they don't extract as many tannins from it to give it a softer feel in the mouth, more drinkable early. The problem with that is sometimes it gets aromatically challenged because you get the aromatics from more contact with the grape. So it's a very challenging grape. Reminds me a little bit of Pinot Noir because that's a tricky grape as well. Let's see what we get on the nose. This reminds me of very much like a forest floor. Like you walk in on a dry day and you're kind of kicking up the dirt. It's very much forest floor on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of a barbecue spice component coming through. Yeah, again, I'm getting a little bit of that umami sort of thing. Interesting, but like it is like you're in the middle of a forest on a dry summer day. It's got that, with that dense, those needles and kind of how it builds up there, and you walk in. If you ever walk through a really cool forest, you know what I'm talking about, and it has that really nice forest floor bed. That's what I'm getting on the nose. And then there's a little bit of a red flower, and interesting enough, now this is weird. Very weird to me. I get a little bit of watermelon. Just saying. Let's see what we get on the palate. Wow. Wow. So this is kind of a classic example of, because of the gentle fermentation, the aromatics are a little challenged on this one. But on the palate, really nice, lush fruit. I mean, I get that really big boysenberry notes coming through. Marionberry, boysenberry. Yeah, a little bit of dark cherries coming through. Nice weight, but not over the top. You know, you don't feel like you're drinking a blend from the New World. You don't feel like you're drinking a big Napa Cab or anything like that. Not even close. But it does have good fruit. And then at the very end, you get that nice little kind of tannic grip going on, which is always nice, I think, especially when you have food. That would be good. I'm telling you, right now, I would not have a problem doing prime rib with this one. I think it has enough guts up front to go with that meat. And then it has that tannic structure on the backside to kind of, you know, offset the fat from the beef. Now the raspberries, I got a cool little raspberry hit right on the back end of the finish, you know, which is, the finish is still going. I really like that. There's good acidity on the back end. Get a little bit of that forest floor lying right underneath with, I had it just a minute ago. I lost it. A little bit of coffee. And I get a little bit of coffee and toffee. Coffee toffee. Yeah, I definitely get a toffee hit underneath, but not like a super sweet, just that flavor of toffee coming through. This is a really cool wine. I'm digging this wine. If you haven't tried a Dolcetto yet, now I don't have this at the store for my homies that, you know, might come in. Don't come scattering in, but I think I will add this to my set at the store because I love this wine. Good complexity, a lot of interesting things going on. I like that toffee, coffee, boysenberry, marionberry, dark cherry, a nice little lift on the finish from the acidity, good mouthfeel up front, enough power to go with a roast, and then got that cool little long finish with a little bit of raspberry coming through. I'm liking that one. I'm going to go A- on that. I think that's a solid Dolcetto. Maybe one of the better ones I've tasted. Really cool. Now, you may have been looking, go, hey, he's got a decanter. I often say I taste these wines as I know you will at home. A lot of you guys just uncork the wine, and within 1 hour, you've consumed it. I advocate decanting. I had a decanting episode like way when I first started this episode. I did a decanter, I did a little blender thing. I kind of did all of them. But I do advocate decanting wines, especially a Barolo from Piedmont, from the Barolo region. Susie and I are going there. I'm very excited to see this region of the world. I adore Nebbiolo, which is what Barolo and Barbaresco are made from. I think it's a very good, solid wine, very good food wine. They should not be drunk. Many of them cannot be drunk early, unfortunately, because of wine critics kind of pushing the old world guys to make more fruit-forward wines. Some of these Barolos and Barbarescos started getting, you know, a little more unctuous right at the start. I think they're trending back the other way, which is really cool. It should be that way. So, I think you should decant the crap out of a Barolo or a Barbaresco. Just throw it. You don't have to have a decanter like this. I've collected a few decanters over the years. Throw it in a Kool-Aid pitcher. Throw it in a mason jar. I don't give a shit what you do. Just decant it before you consume it. This is the Sordo Barolo Rivera 2013. This rolls in at $31, which is, by the way, a great price for a Barolo. So I'm excited to try this. I've never tried the Sordo. I can't say Barolo. I can't say Barbaresco. I can't say Nebbiolo. I'm pretty sure that's Dogliani. Dogliani is the region. Pretty sure. Boy, I hate to rinse. But I have to get that Dolcetto out of the glass. Okay, excited about this. Not only am I excited to try this, I'm excited to go to this region of the world. South Africa was fun, but I'm really pumped about getting over here and seeing it. All right, let's see what we get on those. It's like there's a thin coat of rust covering the fruit. I get a little bit of roasted meats coming through, which is interesting for a Barbaresco, a Barolo. Slight strawberry notes coming through. Now, see, I've had this decanted for a while, and I still don't think aromatically it's probably coming out. It's a young Barolo, 2013. It's only got 5 years on it. Barolo is considered the muscle of muscly expression. Is that a word? Of Nebbiolo, whereas Barbaresco produces more feminine style Nebbiolo. So that's kind of the difference. Some people like one over the other. I like them both. I'm definitely getting some dirt action on the notes as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Yeah, this is a youthful Barolo, but boy does it have potential. I'm just telling you, it has leather, rust. I would peg the fruit as kind of in the plum strawberry region of fruit. Has earth notes coming through. A little bit of orange peel, which I like. Just got a little bit of a nice, really, really expensive milk chocolate tone right on the mid palate. I had to, swallow it real quick to say that before I forgot. Really cool. The beauty of this wine, I'll tell you right now, I would enjoy this wine now. Definitely needs food. I would go lamb, ham, and not necessarily prime rib, but it would be okay because of the acidity. It has solid acidity, which would kind of break down the fats of the meat. It's closed up a little bit. I mean, I've been shaking this and it's been open. And that orange peel notes come through right on the backside. I like that a lot. This baby has huge potential. I'm gonna probably buy a couple bottles and store them away because I think in another 8 to 10 years, it's going to drink beautifully. I guarantee you this baby will age. Got a lot of muscle going on, a lot of stuff buried underneath that is not coming out, and you can sense it. You can sense it on the palate. I love that rusty nail sort of thing in a Barolo. I just love it. It is so cool. And it's not one of those wines, if you try to drink this by yourself, you're going to be put off. Now, I have a couple of buddies. I have a couple of buds, Alan and Dick. You guys would love to drink this by itself. You would just love it. In fact, I wish you were here to share it with me. I have a couple of other friends that would love this wine now. I'm enjoying it a lot. It has a classic Barolo palate, which is so cool. They haven't been influenced by critics to make these big, unctuous, fruit-forward style Barolos. This is the real deal. In fact, I'm hoping maybe I can stop by and visit this winery. I'd love to see these guys. Nice job, and $31. Now, I looked that up on Wine Searcher, and that was the average price. So this is a solid Barolo for $31. I'm going to go straight up A. I think it represents Barolo very well. I think it's well built. I think it has aging potential. It's a beauty, but definitely have it with food. And you can drink it now. Of course you can. I am. But, age it for at least a couple more years, and you'll get rewarded. But definitely decant it. If you're going to drink it now, decant it. Please decant it. It's so important with this style of wine. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. I'm getting more and more subscribers. That's very exciting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. You can also hit that little bell next door. It tells you when an episode is coming out. I publish an episode every Tuesday and Friday. So I'm sticking to that. I'm going to keep doing that unless something happens really, really seriously. I suppose when I go to Italy, it's going to be hard to swing that, but I'll do my best. Anyway, there you go. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.